Hello everyone and welcome to my kitchen. I am making some banana muffins. So I've got a bunch of stuff out here and I just wanted to show you what I was going to do. So I've got some bananas that are looking pretty although we did learn a really cool trick. So when we bring home the bunch of bananas, we cut them off the stem that holds them all together, the cluster part that hooks them to the tree. We cut them like above it, and then they tend to stay a little bit longer that way. So these are really ripe bananas, and they're going to be great, perfect for my banana muffins, which I've got a few of these in the freezer frozen. I'm going to add them right to my bowl. It works out really great. I save them, and then once they get really ripe, I'll make some muffins out of them, or I'll make bread. And I like to use muffins as a breakfast snack or even just a snack. And I don't feel so bad when I make them because I know exactly what's in them. So I'm just going to peel this last one, and then I'm going to use my mix and chop, which is a great tool just to chop up these bananas. They're really smooth, so they really don't need too much mushing going on. This is just a regular banana muffin recipe I found on All Recipes, and it is super good. I add in usually a half a cup of dried cranberries, and it works out really well. Alright, so now I'm going to take my mix and chop, and I've got my bananas, and I'm just going to smash them up. And this is really easy to do, especially because these are super soft. So you just want to get those smashed up. Alright, and then I'm just going to set those aside. Now we're going to, I've already got my oven on 350. I've already got my muffin pan is lined, so I've got that ready. And I started to do my dry ingredients. So I've got my mixing bowl. I have got a cup and a half of flour that I've already measured. And I'm just going to whisk these dry ingredients together. So it's the flour, the baking soda. So I need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And I need 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm talking about this. This is the soda, that was the powder. It's 1 teaspoon of each one. And salt. So I have my salt in this little container. And I need half a teaspoon of salt. Going to just give it a good little whisk, make sure all my dry ingredients are mixed really nice together. Alright, that can be set aside. Now I've got my bananas, my sugar, my egg, my melted butter, and I'm going to put them all in my large bowl. Alright, so typically, here's my egg, okay? I am going to bust it open into a separate glass dish or a separate dish. Why? Because I always end up getting eggshells in my stuff. So this is one way that I can control that. If I really get too much eggshell in here, I'll just ditch this and I'll try again. But it just is just easier than trying to dish out eggshells out of your mixture. And these are fresh eggs that I get, so they're super cool. Really dark yolk, which is great. So then I've got my little trash container over there. I love muffins. Muffins are like my thing, our go-to. I have them in a little container. We'll grab them to go. I love doing that rather than having to grab something while I'm out. Like it's not a hamburger, because you can't pay only $1 for a hamburger. I'm sorry. So anyway, all right, let's move on. we're going to add our bananas, our sugar, eggs, melted butter in our large bowl. Okay, so bananas, our sugar. So I already measured out 3/4 a cup of my sugar. And now I'm going to do my egg. And I had no shells in there. And this may be another dish that you have to wash because you don't want to bust your eggs into your main ingredient bowl, but dishwasher. That's all I can say. It just has saved me so much time of trying to dish out a little tiny piece of shell out of a bunch of ingredients. Save yourself the time. Okay, so now we're going to mix this all together. And I've got one of my cool little tools here I've got sitting on the side. It is the Flex Plus, and it is a multi-prep tool. So it has an immersion blender, a food processor, and it's also a mixer. So I just wanted to bust that out, use it a little bit today. And I'm kind of mashing up my bananas too as I'm going with my scraper, which is kind of like a spoon and a scraper all in one. All right, so now we need to fold in the rest of our mixture, and we're gonna mix it until it's smooth, okay? So this is where I would like to bust out. All right, so here's my Flex Plus, okay? Here's the mixer part, and it comes with the whisk attachment or the beaters. This is basically your power point. Backwards. There. Okay, so I'm going to put it back on. And then this is my battery. So this is cordless. Oh, so you can take this sucker camping, whatever you want to do with it. And you're not limited to where you want to work with it, okay? So all I have to do is push the button on the side and turn it on. All right, so it's going. I'm going to add in my flour. I'm just going to add it in a little bit at a time. So this comes with 2 different batteries. So if I wear this one out, I've got another one on the side that's already charged. And I'm just getting this good mixed together. Now you notice my bowl isn't moving. It has a nice silicone ring on the bottom of it. One thing I didn't get out was my dried cranberries, so I'm going to have to dish those out. And I'm going to add in half a cup of those. And then into my muffin pan, into my wells, is what I'm going to scoop our batter into with this. And I just want to make sure we get all the flour incorporated, all the dry ingredients incorporated in there. All right, so then I'm going to immediately take the battery off. I'm going to set it there. I'm going to show you my consistency, which is really nice mixture. All right, and just pardon me while I go grab my cranberry raisins, my dried cran raisins. Here, my cranberries. Okay, so we wanted to do, what did we say, half a cup. I'm going to get these in here. And I'm just going to fold these in. I'm going to mix them in by hand. Got one that jumped ship. Mix them in really well. My oven should be almost ready. Wow, is that good timing? Do I know it or what? Okay. I am headed to the local salt cave with a friend of mine today. I'm super excited. I went there on Saturday with my husband. It was so much fun. Of course, we fell asleep. But that's what you're supposed to do. Let's relax. Okay. So here we go. And if I use a scoop, it's gonna help me fill these wells evenly. And I usually go through and I do 1 scoop. This is the medium scoop. I'm gonna do 1 per well. And then I'm gonna go back through and I'm gonna disperse what I have left into the remaining wells, and I'm gonna try to do it evenly. But when you use a scoop like this, especially when you're making cookies, your cookies are going to be all the same size. So that does 2 things. That makes them cook evenly. Each one is gonna cook the same. And then the other thing it does, it makes it look professional. How cool is that? I always wanted to be one of those ladies that could bring, you know, cookies to an event and everyone raved about them. I couldn't cook. I was one of those girls that I showed up in the kitchen when the food was ready and my mom had already cooked it, and I was basically the cleanup crew. So I was one of those ones that called my mom after I moved out, "Mom, how do I make this? And how do I make that?" So it's fun now that I am experimenting more. I have the confidence to experiment more. And I think my family, I know my family's grateful for the fact that I will try new recipes. We all get in a food rut, and you just get in that comfort zone where you know you can throw this meal together really easy, but you get tired of eating the same thing. So it's nice to be able to have that confidence under your belt. You want to try those new recipes and it doesn't really give you anxiety. I literally would get anxiety. If I had a new recipe to try, I would be like looking at it and studying it, and then by the time it came time to make dinner, I seriously would talk myself out of it and probably make hamburger helper, or you know, something really easy, because I would freak. So can you believe that? Do you see me in my kitchen? I'm on video and I'm doing all these shows. I go to people's houses. I do some clips from my kitchen and parties that I do online. It's crazy. All right, in the oven these are gonna go. You know I'm gonna jump back in and I will post a picture of my finished product. Thanks for watching.